Welcome to Sarah's Stamping Retreat. Today we're going to be using this snail mail suite to create a box card. So we're going to be using a lot of these papers, which are really cute, and we'll be using some of the backgroundy type papers, and we'll also be using some of the images off the papers. So let's get started. So with each suite from Stampin Up, you get this guide as to which are the colours that go with all of the papers and things that are in the set. So I've decided to go with this Bermuda Bay today because it goes nicely with the papers. So I've got a piece of Bermuda Bay cardstock that measures 6 inches this way, and it's just A4 this way, so that is about 11.5 inches. Then what I'm going to do with this, I'm going to score it so that we can make our box card. So I'm going to score this way at 3 inches. And then I'm going to turn the page this way. I'm going to move my scoring board blade that end. I'm going to put it at 2 3/4 inches. And I'm going to score 3 inches this side, and I'm going to cut 3 inches this side, and then I'm going to move it to 5.5 inches. I'm going to do the exact same again, so I'm going to cut down to 3 inches, then I'm going to score up to 3 inches, and then I'm going to go to 8 1/4 inches and do the same. So score down 3 inches. So we're cutting and scoring every 2 3/4 inches. And then I'm going to go to 11 inches and I'm going to do the same again. So I'm going to cut down 3 inches and score 3 inches. So then you're left with this template here. So I'm going to fold all of the score lines that are going upwards. And then I'm just going to cut this piece off here at an angle. So that's just the little end bit. I'm just going to cut a little angle in the other side as well, because that's going to be the tab that will join the two sides together. And then I'm going to make this my back panel. So I want to fold all of the other pieces, but not that back panel. And to be honest, we didn't need to score this back panel. I just did it for ease, and we're going to put a panel on here so you won't see that we've scored it. So then I've got some of the papers. So I've used this one with the hello and the bonjour, it's got that on the back. And I've used this one with the kind of stamps on it, which has got that on the back. But I'm going to use these white sides. So I've got those, and I've got these. And these smaller ones all measure 2.5 inches by 2 3/4 inches, and this one measures 2.5 inches by 3 3/4 inches. And I'm just going to pop that on our back panel. So I want that at the top. So then I'm going to turn this over, and I've got a piece of Whisper White cardstock that I cut to 2.5 inches by 5 3/4 inches, and I'm going to put that on the back, and that will be what we write our message on. So that's on this flat panel. And then I want to cover all of these bottom panels with the hello. And of course you could do this with whichever papers you wanted. Then I'm going to fold these down and we're going to put these pieces on here. So then I'm just going to grab my tear and tape and I'm going to pop that just on here. And then I'm just going to fold this over so it meets nicely on here. And that's how our box card's going to be. So it pops up like this, and then when you put it into the envelope it will go like this. So it will fit into a 6" by 6" envelope. So then I've got 2 pieces of cardstock here, and these each measure 3 3/4 inches, and I'm just going to score those 1/2 inch from each end. So I'm just going to fold those on the score lines, and then I'm going to pop these on here. And then I'm just going to put this into here, and I'm going to put it roughly 1/3 of the way in. And you could have as many of these little things as you like. They're just going to be used to pop all of your bits to decorate them on. And then I'm just squashing it so that you know that it's in the right place on the other side. So then I'm going to cut loads of pieces out of these pattern papers. And those of you that watched my Snail Mail 5 cards video will have seen me do lots of cutting into these the other day. I'll link to that below, so that if you want to watch that, that's another 5 cards simpler than this that we created the other day using the same suite. So I thought that I'd have this big toadstool at the back, and maybe I've just cut some of these mail pieces out of the papers. Maybe not that one. I think that looks nice. I'll do that like that. And I think I'm going to pop those all up on dimensionals. And I'm just using these small dimensionals because I've run out of the bigger ones. I've got some on order, but I would use the bigger ones for these if I had them. So when you see the link below, I'll link to the bigger ones. And then I'm just going to cut this hello from this piece of paper. So that will match the ones that are on the bottom of our box card. I'm going to put this snail that I've cut from this paper and the hello on here. I'm just putting all of the dimensionals over this side so that then this is going to hang off the side a bit, but it doesn't matter because when it folds down it folds like this, so it will still fit in the card. And then I've got some little presents and some of the mushrooms and some of the snails, and they're all things that I've cut from the different papers. So then I'm going to use those to decorate these layers. So I'm just going to pop a little bit of glue onto the front of here. I think he's quite a cute happy chappy. Stick him on the front as well. And then I'm going to put him just there. And then I'm going to pop this little guy at the back. This tall mushroom. And then I think I'll use this present as well. And then I've just got a small strip of acetate, which might be difficult to see on the camera. We call them window sheets at Stampin' Up, so they'll be linked in the description below as window sheets. And I'm just going to put a little piece of tear and tape at the bottom. And I'm just going to stick that behind here. And then I'm going to take this piece here. I'm just going to chop that down very slightly. And you can just have a little play with where you want it to sit. Now I'm just going to stick a little bit of tape on the back of there. And then I'm just going to pop that up there like that. So it looks like it's flying ahead. So I've got a few little bits and pieces left over that I'm just going to decorate the sides with. So I'm going to use this on here. Put some little dimensionals on that. And that can go here. And on this side we'll have this little letter. So that's our cute little box card finished. And we can fold it down like that and pop it in our envelope. And then the other end they can just pop it out again. I think that's really cute. So I hope you've enjoyed today's project. If you did, I'd really appreciate you clicking like below, and you can also press subscribe to see all my future projects. If you press the bell button and select all, then you'll get a notification when there's a new video uploaded as well. All the products that we've used for today's card are linked in the description below, and there's also a host code there. If you pop my host code into your basket before you check out, then I'll send you a free gift after the end of the month. Thank you so much for joining me today. Hope to see you again soon.